And our first story, Interior Minister Henry Quartey has described as unfortunate accusations by the minority in Parliament that the government is seeking to intimidate voters with the deployment of military personnel to border communities to enforce a ban on exportation of grains following a dry spell in the north of the country. Minority spokesperson on Defense and Interior, James Agalga, addressing a presser in Parliament, said it was clear there are ulterior motives underlying the decision to deploy the soldiers. But Henry Quartey, speaking at a community engagement in the Yawaso Central constituency, said the minority are playing politics with the matter. Prince Kwame Kuduga has more.
Following prolonged dry spell in the northern regions of Ghana, government announced a number of measures to deal with its effect, including a ban on export of grains. The government then deployed soldiers to enforce the ban. But the minority in Parliament say it is just a decoy decision to intimidate voters. James Agalga is the minority spokesperson on the Defense Committee in Parliament.
Any attempt to deploy the military when there is no evidence to show that the Immigration and Customs Services will be overwhelmed in the enforcement of the ban on the exportation of grain heightens our suspicions.
But Interior Minister Henry Quartey, in an interview with JoyNews, says it is unfortunate the minority is playing politics with the matter.
What do they need? It's not unfortunate that we are politicizing everything. Now, why don't they complain when there is a joint exercise to do border management? Because in any case, we have Operation Calm Life, which is even in Accra. We have a lot of border management controls across all our borders. Because let us also not forget that other countries, neighboring countries, has been hit by terrorist attacks. So in all other jurisdictions, you have a combination of the security agencies manning our borders so that we prevent extremism and terrorism. I don't see where the challenge is in this thing. I'm disappointed, but it's because of elections, they want to politicize everything. Then where is Ghana going to go to? It's a shame.
He also assured the nation of his resolve to ensure peace in the upcoming election.
Myself as an interior minister, upon the instructions of the president, are saying that we will ensure that these elections will be free, fair, and transparent. And the operational word is shall, there shall be a peaceful transition of power. However, we will not sit and allow people to take the law into their own hands.
The community engagement in the Yawaso Central constituency is part of a number of campaign activities Henry Quartey has lined up ahead of the 2024 election. Over 500 commercial drivers had their expired driving license renewed for them. Henry Quartey explained that the move is to ensure all drivers are law-abiding.
So I thought it wise. Let me start from the constituency by ensuring that the commercial drivers who applies within this constituency abides by the rules and regulations. So in view of that today, as you can see, we went round, myself, I led the team, and we registered over 500 commercial vehicles and their drivers.
Some of the drivers who benefited from the gesture spoke to JoyNews.
In fact, it's a very great job. He's supporting us for us to renew instead of we using our pocket money. So it's a great job. It's a great job.
It's good that they call us. We should come and renew our license, roadworthy, and insurance. So we are thanking the Honorable. That is that. Find a way to help us with the drivers.
Henry Quartey is seeking to return to Parliament for his third term and is facing stiff opposition from the NDC's Abdul Rauf Tubazu.
Residents and business owners at Aveno Railway here in Accra are lamenting the deplorable state of their roads and its impact on their livelihoods. A number of the town roads have degenerated into craters with huge potholes, some completely unmotorable. Some residents say they feel the government, both at the international and municipal level, have turned a blind eye to their needs. There is more in the following report by Jamila Abagri.
Aveno is a sprawling community in the heart of the busy North Industrial area of Accra. Businesses, both large and small, line the roads, and despite this area being very busy and lucrative, so many social amenities are lacking, and residents and business owners are desperate for help. The roads within this neighborhood are the nearest thing to huge craters. Cars have to slow down and meander their way through large potholes. Drivers who frequent these roads are particularly vocal, citing the dangers posed by the potholes to their cars.
This road is difficult for our drivers here because every day we suffer. At least if this thing we pass through every day, our shocks, the tires, plenty problem. And so we beg the president that he fulfills this road for us because it is worrying us every day. I hear some news that some NDC MP want to face this one. Then the MP come and stop him. It's not right because we benefit for this on this road every day.
Several residents and business owners spoke about the impact on their daily lives, noting the slow sales they make, which they attribute to the poor nature of the roads in the area, as well as the poor sanitary conditions.
It's affecting business over here very much. They have to come and do something about it. When it's rain, the cars cannot even move. They have to wait. When the flood goes down, then the cars go.
Do you normally use this stretch?
Yes. Mostly I come around to buy things, especially going to Melcom and other things around this area. So mostly I pass around this area. Affect business very much. Slow movement, you can't even, when you're in a hurry, you can't even go where you want to go in time.
And the rain, if it reaches rain season like this, it always affects us because you will see so many waters, you don't know what to do. You understand? Last time they came to do the road, then they say they should stop. We don't know what is going on. So we are not part of the road, so we can't do something about the road.
Some of these residents and business owners say they want to feel like their concerns matter to the government, and in particular the local assembly, which officers line up every now and then to collect taxes and other tolls. Jamila Abagri's report for Joy News.
That was Jamila Abagri's report right to you. Now, moving on in other story, the NDC is clarifying for the first time the modalities for its pledge to fully absorb the academic fees of all first-year students enrolled in public tertiary institutions. The NDC had been criticized for the blanket nature of the promise, especially when the NDC had criticized the NPP's wholesale approach to the implementation of the free senior high school program. But speaking on Newsfile, the National Communications Officer of the party, Sami Jemfi, explained the program will be implemented in such a way that persons who want to pay the fees and not be covered by the government can pay. He was speaking on Newsfile earlier today.
And you see, once you gain admission, the heavy lifting is gaining admission to become a student. If you don't pay that money, you don't become a student. Once you enter school and you even owe your second year or third year fees, you're able to negotiate with the authorities. You have 1 year to pay. But for the admission fee, usually they have a short period of time from the time the results come to the time that they must enter school. So that is why we are doing that.
We take it that you have revised your earlier
No. Let me answer the part about the discrimination. The problem we had with the mode of implementing, which was not only an NDC problem, even Akufo-Addo's cousin Ken Oforiatta made the same argument, was that provide a system for those who want to pay. And that system will be provided under this system. That is it. Provide a system, give opportunity to those who say, look, government, thank you, I can pay to pay.
But the MPP believes the NDC's promise is only a hook to canvass votes. Miracles Abuaje is Communications Director of the New Patriotic Party flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
You promised us national health insurance. Where is it? Then they start saying it wasn't realistic, it wasn't feasible. The General Secretary spoke, Mutaka spoke, all manner of things about health insurance. But the people had already gotten their hands tied. It was too late for the people of Ghana to roll back the mess we have put ourselves into. Look at the scenario now. Similar scenario. Speak against free education, It is not possible. Leo Kran, the education minister, and the NDC says that if free SHS was possible, Nkrumah would have done it. The Soviet Union would have done it. It is not something that can be done. Mahama denigrates it, speaks against it, insults parents, insults teachers, insults students of Free Senior High School. They pass exams, he calls them thieves and all manner of things. Now we have 6 months to elections. They have realized that even to date, something. If you go to the streets and talk to the people of this country about one of the biggest policies they've experienced in the history of this country, they will mention free SHS. Now they realize that, but for free SHS, they would have had a headway. Now we need to find a way to align ourselves with the free SHS policy. So all of a sudden, they go and sit in a room, put on a sheet of paper. All the things they said against free SHS no longer matter. So let's do and then they say that, no, Outland, they say that we are now going to hold on to the free SHS that we said wasn't good and that it was destroying the quality of this country's education. The free SHS, we said that we should not be paying for everybody and that some people should be paying. All of a sudden, we'll keep it and we'll protect it.
The election headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol Platinum Energy, Energizing Dreams, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental Awareness and Beauty, and Chopbox Technologies, a convenience service, and Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging the gap for positive youth development. Now, in other stories, the Movement for Change leader Alan Kyerematen has taken his campaign to Dakuman, where he's seeking the support of the Zongo communities. Alan Kyerematen is promising to prioritize the needs of persons living in the Zongo communities. He has promised to create jobs and enable an environment for people in these communities to thrive if he is elected as president. Kenneth Jesse has more.
Leader of the Movement for Change, Alan Kyerematen, has just finished addressing the Zongo community at Dakuman in the Greater Accra region. He's outlined some policies that he intends to implement to support the Zongo communities in Ghana if he is voted into power.
Well, first, it's very important that we uplift the Zongo community in terms of creating job opportunities for the young people all over the country. You know, the Zongo came into Ghana many years back because of commerce. And I believe that it is important when we talk about developing commerce in Ghana that we don't forget about the Zongos. Number two, also, they've always had a problem of the Makaranta, which is their educational infrastructure. And currently, unfortunately, the Makaranta teachers are not considered as part of the Ghana Education Service, which is unfortunate because teachers are teachers all over the world. So I've also made a commitment that if Alan becomes president, that will make sure that we integrate the Makaranta teachers also into the Ghana Education Service. I've made a commitment that we'll make sure that some of the leaders, particularly among the Zongo chiefs and then the imams, are adequately represented on the Hajj board so that they'll make sure that the interests of the Zongos are protected. I do not see why we should always put only political appointees.
Of course, there were other speakers, including Akwesiade Odike, who has also canvassed votes for Alan Kyerematen.
Ghana is an independent nation. They are independent parliamentarians and independent presidential candidate.
So this event was dubbed Zumunta for Alan. It's a gathering of Zongo communities who are giving their support to Alan Kyerematen from Dakuman in Accra. Kenneth Jesse for JoyNews.
And now in business, the acting executive secretary of Cocoa Abrabopa Association, a farmer-based organization, Patrick John Van Brakel, has expressed concern about the financial challenges faced by local license buying companies, LBCs, due to the unavailability of funds from cocoa board to purchase cocoa beans from Ghanaian farmers. In an interview with Joy Business, Mr. Van Brakel highlighted the troubling trend of large international firms bypassing local FBCs to buy directly from farmers.
Big issues here. Black pot, which affected physically the crop. There were just less beans because of the black crop. And the other big issue is the lack of funding from Cocoa Board to fund the LBCs through the seed fund. And that resulting in that our dedicated Ghanaian LBCs did not have enough money to buy directly from my farmers. So, and then what happens is that the big internationals jump in and they go buying, and my farmers, they can't wait, and they divert their beans to the internationals. And there goes our investments actually, because we don't get anything back from these beans anymore. So those are the two main issues, and then there's also the other issue is galamsey, which is also heavily hurting the sector right now, in which even my ambassador recently said that we lost the fight. So that's a very negative side of it. But I still hope we can do something about it. We have to stand up. All farmers have to stand up together and do something about this, because it's really hurting the cocoa in general, let's say. So.
That's all for news here. For more news, visit myjoyonline.com for updates happening from sports, entertainment, and business. My name is Winston Taki. Thanks for watching. Good night.